Welcome back to Murder Therapy with Doll Talk and Cousin Ashley.
Minus
We don't have Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, minus Ryan. He's not here, but he did such a good job last
He
week.
did. I'm so sorry for it being so dark, you guys. I don't, just two
Shut
of us
up.
covering
Like,
all of my lights in the background. It doesn't illuminate. And we recorded really late. Like, it's still sunny.
well, that's because daylight savings time.
Oh, that did,
It's
that did happen, didn't it? Yeah, it did happen around that time.
Ashley's roots are showing. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But he did really good. But
did a great
people
job.
just let her know you don't really care about the dark. Now, I have learned that people really enjoy watching your facial reactions. They do.
I literally wear my, yeah. You just see
Mark
how I'm
my
feeling.
words. One day, somebody's going to screenshot and make a meme out of your.
Please don't give them ideas. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh,
It's just going
they'll
to be
probably
like
do it
this.
with mine too. Yeah, yeah. Well, I like it when you get really disturbed because you can really see it. Like you have this.
How do you
Yeah.
not with everything we cover? I mean, everything's disturbing.
It is. It is. But I enjoy it. I mean, I
Love
don't.
it.
I enjoy studying these things.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
I've seen Ryan kind of dipping into like watching a few things here and there as he passes by. So I'm like, did we spark something? I know.
I think so. That warms my heart. So this new girl that has taken my soon to be old job because I'm training her in my old job while I am going into my new position. I was promoted, and she,
Yay.
God love her. So I shared an office, and Dana won't care for me to put her name out there, but I shared an office with little Dana. Okay, and Dana's like in her 70s, and God love her. She'd tell me about hanging out with her time and happy things that she does, and she'd be like, "What did you do this weekend, Jody?" And I'm like, "Well, I watched this serial killer documentary." And she's like, "Oh, oh."
That was
So
literally going to be
it
my.
became.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she goes, "Oh." So I would make it my routine to basically once a day tell her some disturbing fact, right, about some weird crime that's happened.
She's probably
that's my routine. I know, and she'd be like,
There's
"Oh,
the
but
meme
then
for you guys."
She got into it. Yeah, she would get into it. So she would, she got so into it that she was like, "Jody, you know that I guess the streaming Fox network service, whatever, they did a little mini series about Jeffrey Dahmer." She goes, "Have you seen it yet?" And I said, no, I haven't seen that yet."
What? You?
I had not saw that yet. Well, now I have.
Who's
but
behind
at
you?
the
Who wants to make a
time-
debut?
Oh my gosh, that was Carson had brought my work computer in here. Anywho, I have my work bag, which is funny. I got a new tote that says True Crime Junkie. But anywho,
Hey.
and that's what it's in. But my secret pal got me that. So if my secret pal listens to our podcast, thank you. You're doing awesome. But anywho, so
Great job, guys.
I got Dana like into these true crime shows, right? So the new girl comes in, right? And I'm talking to her about her interest in things, and I was like, now part of your assignment, taking my role, you have to tell Dana a morbid true crime fact once a day. Even if she doesn't want to hear it deep down, she really does.
If you don't do
And she just
true
looked at
crime,
me.
just Google it. Google a
She
fact.
goes, "Well, I do watch some of those things," she said, "but I can't watch it before I go to bed because I won't sleep." And I was like, I said, "Oh, well, I watch that as I fall asleep." And she was like, "Oh."
You're one of those people.
You're one of those
Yeah.
people, and I was like, we're just gonna carry on.
I can watch it and I get so in depth, and we've already talked about this. I just can't fall asleep to it because the music messes with me while I'm sleeping. And I've discovered recently I can't fall asleep to the news either, because you already know if you fall asleep to the news, you're gonna wake up to the news. And it's just
Right.
yeah, it's just fucked up dreams. Like you can't
It doesn't faze me. Like, I don't know if I should be alarmed by that or not. I'm not sure.
Listen.
But I do have two true crime things, okay? One, as a follow-up, Ghost Adventures co-host has filed for divorce from his wife.
Yes.
Good choice, sir, since she took a hit on you. Actually, I have three. Sorry. Number two is um tomorrow. Yes, it is tomorrow on Hulu. And I don't know how I feel about this. Okay,
Should we
so
say
those of you all,
tomorrow, the 19th of March?
yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So tomorrow would be the 19th of March, which would be today, the day that you are listening. But
Yes.
anywho, um, so I don't know how I feel about this. I don't even know if you know about this, but Hulu is releasing a mini series about Natalia Grace, like a
Yes. Yes. And I am
literally, it's
stoked.
I don't know how I feel about it because like I'm not sure. I'm gonna watch it and then I'll give you guys like my whole I have listen, we'll cover that case one day because I have my own little theories
Listen.
and thoughts and like
You ain't gonna get natural
that's just
reactions from me because I am deep in that case. So I'm
yes,
here
yes.
for it.
I have some theories. But anywho, so that's releasing tomorrow. But the part of me is why like I can't take it serious is because the Grey's Anatomy lady is playing Christine. You're Dr. Grey. I can't move past that. Like, okay, and then I have one more. I need to know, have you watched the Fox Hollow murders yet?
No.
Oh my God, then we can't talk about it. But those of you all that have watched the Fox Hollow murders, I got mom to watch it. How has my mom watched this before you? Mom's
Listen,
usually behind you in watching this stuff.
I was behind on a show that I had to catch up on, and I'm just saying, Sex Life of College Girls, A plus. Like it is so good, so funny. I love stuff that makes me laugh. So yeah, it's a good one. Go watch it. It's not true crime. I'm sorry, but I had to catch up on it
Well,
first.
I don't want to know about the sex life of college girls. I
It's
want
so
to know
good.
your thoughts on this case because even mom called me and she's like, "How did the wife not know?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know how she didn't know." Like, yeah,
What was
there's
it?
I
What was
can't
it
go
on?
into it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Somebody had commented. I did a video on the page about it, and somebody commented on it, and they were like, "Showing." I promise you, you have to be putting in the Hound because that will not ever be on Disney Plus. Like, it's the Fox Hollow murders. Okay, like, yeah. Somebody was like, "It's only showing Disney Plus." I was like, "No, no, that's not on Disney Plus." And you'll
That's
watch it,
a
Ashley, and you'll be like, "There's no way that would be on Disney
don't
Plus."
don't ruin Fox and the Hound like that.
Yes. Well, it's the Fox Hollow murders. I will not speak anything else
Okay.
about it until you watch it, but we need to talk about that.
Fox
But yeah,
Hollow.
but that's not, yes, the Fox Hollow murders, but that's not who we're talking about today. Okay.
Who are we talking about?
We are talking about the murder of Skylar Neese, who was
Skylar.
absolutely beautiful.
She is.
She was gorgeous, yes. And what do you know? Ashley doesn't know anything about this. This case scares me.
Surprise.
This is a case that scares me.
Ooh.
Like, I know that's terrible to say. And when we get deeper into it, I think you'll figure out why this scares me because I don't want to tell you why this scares me yet. I want to see if you piece that
Let
together.
me put my feelers out.
Yes, put your fillers out. So, Skylar Annette Neese.
Oh, we get the
was
full
born on
name.
Yes, you get the
Oh,
full name.
Lord.
She was born on February the 10th, 1996. She was a 90s baby.
My
She was
nephew's
born
birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So she was born in Star City, West Virginia to Mary and Dave Neese. Okay. Now, she was an only child. She was described to be rambunctious and talkative from the time she started walking. She was apparently, I've read, an A plus student. Like she was an honor roll student.
Okay.
Very smart. She had ambitions to be a criminal lawyer.
Oh, well, I mean, she's talkative. Go for it.
She wanted to be a criminal lawyer. Now, at age 16, she was pretty popular. She was well known in school. She was very well liked. She attended University High School of West Virginia. She was best friends with Sheila Eddy, okay? And she had known Sheila since the time that she was 8 years old. Okay. Yes. What?
Just every. I love the name Sheila.
What?
I just love the name
Oh.
Sheila. No, I'm a Will Ferrell person, and you all listen.
I was like, what is so, why are
You
you laughing? Like,
what is that freaking movie with him and Mark Wahlberg? Oh, I cannot remember. I can't remember. I'll remember it as soon as we're done. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, and all of you are probably like screaming at me what the name of it is. But
probably.
they're cops, and his wife's name is Sheila,
I,
and she's really good looking. The other guys.
oh, okay.
And as
Okay.
he's leaving, he's
Okay.
like, bye Sheila, bye Sheila, bye Sheila. So every time I hear Sheila, that just brings her mad.
Every time
Sorry,
you hear Sheila.
continue.
No, you're good. Well, she knew Sheila since she was 8 years old, okay? She was also friends with Rachel Schoaf. And the girls were inseparable, okay? Like they did everything together. If they weren't hanging out, they were instant messaging, probably on like the Yahoo
Hey.
Messenger and the AIM, all the things, okay? Um, Now Skylar's parents considered Sheila to be like one of their own kids. They were so close that Sheila never knocked on the door when she literally was like family. She would just walk on in. And I think we've all had friends like that, that they're
Yeah.
just like part of the family. They just walk right on in. Yeah, she was considered as part of the family. I think Rachel was too, but I think that they were more close to Sheila since Sheila and her went back all the way to 8 years old.
Yeah.
Now Sheila and Rachel's backgrounds, they both come, I don't want to call it a broken home, but both of their parents had divorced. So mom and dad wasn't in the same household. So I guess they kind of both went in between. Now Rachel's mom ended up remarrying somebody else. She did have, a stepdad in the picture. I don't know what the dynamics there anything, but they didn't have that same stability as what Skylar had, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Rachel did come from a very strict Catholic home. Like they were like hardcore in their faith. I don't know if that stemmed from her parents, when they were together, or if maybe new, you get what I'm saying, if
Yeah.
new husband introduced that, but she kind of did have a strict Catholic lifestyle. Um Sheila was really known for her like carefree, wild spirit in a sense, okay? And I don't think that her family was probably as strict with her as maybe what Rachel's parents were and as what Skylar's parents were with her.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't got a whole lot about their background, but anywho. Um, Skylar was observed on numerous occasions on the phone with Sheila because, again, she had that wild spirit. Like, she'd be talking about doing crazy things, and crazy ideas, and Skylar would be like, "No, you don't want to do that. Think about how stupid that sounds. Like, you've got this going for you." So on. She really cared about her friends, and she was very active. And in her mind, she thought she could save them. Okay, like
No.
because she had stability,
Yeah.
right? And again, I'm not saying if your parents divorce that you don't have a stable foundation.
Yeah.
But obviously, statistics have shown when you get what I'm saying. Like there can be some
Absolutely.
conflict and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now on July 6, 2012, Skylar did not report to work. I think she worked at a Wendy's. She had never not shown up for work. She was very responsible. Okay. So this was very much out of character. I'm assuming that the workplace ended up calling her parents to check on her, to which they realized she's not here. And they knew she didn't run away because her cell phone charger was still at home. All her toiletries was at home.
Uh-oh.
So where was she? Yeah.
So her parents knew or thought she was at work.
I'm not sure if they thought she was at work or if they knew she had to go. I'm not entirely sure what exactly happened there. I just know she was supposed to be at work that morning.
Okay.
She didn't show up to work. They called looking for her, and this is when parents realized Skylar's missing. Yes. So they end up calling and reporting this. Of course, an Amber Alert at the time was not issued because I think it was there had to be a child missing for X amount of hours before an Amber Alert could be issued.
Which I
Right.
understand, but at the same time, I think it should be situational. But that's just me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, later that day, Sheila called Skylar's parents, okay, because word is already scattered. I'm assuming this wasn't like a really big city, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of knew everybody, like it's a town kind of thing. So word's out that Skylar's missing. So Sheila calls, and this is when she tells Skylar's parents that her and Rachel had came late that night, and Skylar had snuck out, which they did observe on surveillance footage. The plan was they were going to drive around that night. They went to Star City, got high,
Oh
and she
yay.
tells her parents this, yeah. And that Rachel and Sheila ended up dropping her back off at the end of the road, um, about 12:30 that night.
So
And
my
they did it
scenario is
at the end of the.
the end of the road, so
Oh,
she
go
didn't
ahead.
get caught like on camera and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not for on camera, more so they didn't want to wake up her parents when she was sneaking back in.
Gotcha.
She was being a teenager. She was
We
being
know
a
how that
teenager.
is.
Yes. So Sheila and Skylar's mom end up, they start searching the neighborhood. And on July 7th, oh, I'm sorry, they started searching the neighborhood on July 7th. July 7th is also when Rachel had left for summer camp. She was going to like this Catholic summer camp thing. So Sheila is
Oh
actively
Lord.
helping the family searching for a friend. Rachel is off at summer camp for 2 weeks. Okay. Now, rumors, of course, are going through because that's what small towns do,
Of course.
right? Yes. Mind you, these parents are actively searching for their responsible 16-year-old daughter. Now, I don't call sneaking out responsible, but she was an honor student, okay? She always showed up for work, and rumors are going around that all three of the girls went to a party
Oh gosh.
that yes, that Skylar ended up ODing on heroin,
Eee, big
and
rumor.
that people just kind of freaked out and they just dumped the body.
Oh my.
That's the rumor that's going around the town. While this mother and father are frantically looking for their 16-year-old, they have people going around saying, "Well, she probably overdosed on heroin." And they probably freaked out and just dumped her body.
Ruthless.
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's really sick if you
It
think about
is.
it. Now, Corporal Ronnie Gaskins, which was one of the investigators that was assigned to the case, um, he was one of those that was told this vicious rumor going around, and he said that this person, it was another teenager, said that they were at this party, she overdosed, and they just kind of dumped her body, and it's like, well, that doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you overdose at a party, why would you not just call 911 and be like, "Look, we're a bunch of underage people, but this has happened. We need help." Right?
Yeah, people don't necessarily think under pressure. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, this is true. You are right. Now, social media was showing some clues that this trio of friends was not that picture perfect friendship that we thought that it was, right?
Yeah.
It showed that there was a lot of tension between the three girls.
Uh oh.
Excuse me. So, the afternoon before Skylar disappeared, she tweeted, and this is directly from her page: "Sick of being at fucking home. Thanks, friends. Love hanging out with you too."
Dramatic.
Yes. Well, I mean, she's 16.
Right.
She's she's 16. So the day before that, Skylar posted, "You doing shit like that is why I can never really trust you." So
What did she do?
evidently, there's some stuff going on,
Yeah.
right? So Chris Berry, who was a state trooper assigned to the case in August of 2012, he felt something was off, like the post and the way that the two friends are acting, and he's like, "Okay, I get it. So we do have her on camera. She is leaving the apartment." Okay, we have that on surveillance footage. We do see that she's going to a vehicle near dumpsters, right? And she gets in and they go off. But something about this isn't, it's just not adding up. Like, they felt like the girls knew a little bit more
Oh,
than
well,
what they were being forthcoming
they
about,
always
right?
do.
So Barry ended up
I'm
creating
so
a
sorry.
fake online persona. He makes the state police make a fake profile of like a teenage boy who's attractive, who,
What?
yes, to see if maybe they would be forthcoming with maybe some things they weren't comfortable telling police because they thought that they would get in trouble. Or they can learn a little bit more about Rachel and Sheila's mental state with their posts,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
Yes. So they end up finding their Facebook pages. They end up adding them on there. They end up finding their Twitter pages, so on and so forth. And investigators seen that Sheila was pretty perky with her posts. Like she's, again, she's got that wild free spirit, whereas Rachel's really,
Yeah.
yeah, um, she didn't post a whole lot on hers. But the big takeaway, okay, now I've read two different things. That investigators took these posts, they didn't hint that they really missed their friend at all. There was nothing about their BFF, okay, because they were a trio, missing at all, and they thought that was. I think in the early stages, both of them started posting what you Skylar and so forth, but after that, it was just like there's nothing. And they
So they didn't. So after she came up missing, there's just no like sad posts. Period.
right,
Oh wow.
right.
Okay.
Nothing showing that like a legitimate concern or that I'm sad, or no grieving, nothing like that. Sheila had tweeted random things, and she even posted a photo of just her and Rachel together, and Skylar was not in that photo.
Interesting.
Yes. Now, they said some posts seemed odd and unusual. And one post in particular that was on Sheila's page read this: "No one on this earth can handle me and Rachel. If you think you can, you're wrong." I'm sorry, Sheila. I'm going to need you to elaborate. Like, what do you mean?
Well, you're coming across a bit aggressive, Sheila.
Yeah. Like, what? Why would you share that shortly after your friend, who you've known since you were 8, is missing?
Yeah.
That's that's odd.
Red
That's
flags.
yes.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, okay, so the investigators are actively utilizing social media. That's their big clue, right? They're following social media. At this point, in case you all haven't put this together, they're suspects. They're like we think they know where Skylar is, okay? We think they know a lot more than what they're putting on. So, meanwhile, while this is okay, Rachel and Sheila begin hearing things on social media that was making them a little nervous. People were actually posting on Twitter flat out accusing them of killing Skylar.
Oh,
And that the walls was going to cave in on them at any moment.
Let the rumor mills swirl.
Yes. So authorities start, at this point, they're pulling in Sheila and Rachel interviewing, okay? They start asking questions. And what's strange is their story always remained the same, which authorities, but like both of them, obviously they're not interviewing them together, they're interviewing them separately because we want to see if there's, but they said it almost seemed like it was rehearsed.
Yeah.
You like they, and they said that if you tell a story in the exact same fashion as they did in previous interviews, something tells me that that's rehearsed.
Yeah.
So the apartment complex footage, of course, did reveal that the car in the footage by the dumpster where Skylar goes to was Sheila's car. So she did. They are accurate. She did sneak out with it. Okay. Um, Authorities then cross-reference surveillance footage from nearby businesses. Okay, so they're pulling footage from everywhere, like gas stations, restaurants, all that, because they want to see if this car is going to match up. And what
Oh,
do you
yeah.
know? That vehicle did match up. It did match up. So
Mm.
they discovered that that same car that picked Skylar up near a convenience store in Blackstone, West Virginia, which is west of Star City and Morgantown, okay? However, Sheila and Rachel had said that they went east on the night of Skylar's disappearance, which was a lie because they were
Yep.
caught on camera west when they claimed that they went east.
So I'm going to guess they
you're
don't know that they have all this footage.
No, they don't know this.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, they don't know this yet. So on December the 28th, 2012, okay, we're in December now, they still have not found Skylar. This was an active going thing. And I think that there was points that police kind of zoned in with her parents and was like, we really do feel like that those two girls know more than what they're letting on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mary defended them. She said they're her best friends. They're worried, they're concerned.
Oh.
You got to think about it. Was our parents during the Twitter era and all that active on Twitter? No.
No.
She's not seeing that stuff like what other people are seeing.
Y'all don't know how long it took us to get Jody's mom.
On Facebook, yeah.
On Facebook or even like wireless internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, on December the 28th, 2012, dispatch gets a call from a frantic mother, okay? And she says, I have an issue with a 6-year-old daughter of mine. I can't control her.
Oh, yeah.
She's hitting us. She's screaming. She's running through the neighbor. The caller was Patricia Shove. So this is Rachel's mother. Okay?
Oh, Rachel.
And, yes, old Rachel, yes. And in the background, you can hear Rachel screaming at the top of her lungs, give me the phone. No, this is over. To which Patricia then tells dispatch, like, dispatch is just, imagine that dispatcher, like, listening, like, I've been like, little girl, you need your ass busted. But anywho, so Patricia continues to say, my husband's trying to contain her, please. Hurry. So authorities respond. Okay, they show up. They pick Rachel up. They have her in the back of the cop car because clearly she's acting like a juvenile delinquent, and she needs a come to Jesus moment.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Rachel blurted out, "We stabbed her." Just out of nowhere, she goes, "We stabbed her."
Like, not relevant to anything that's happening.
Not relevant to anything that's happening. She goes, "We stabbed her."
What the fuck?
I know. So, of course, the police are like, we're going to talk about this at the station. So they get to the station, right? She then tells authority, okay, she proceeds to say that her and Sheila had planned to murder Skylar a month in advance.
Oh, it was premeditated. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, God. Okay.
And where did they decide to make this? Like, where did this plan occur at? Are you ready? In science class.
You know, where everybody plans murders.
Yeah, in the science class. Why the fuck were you all not paying attention to biology? Like,
or I mean, if you're gonna murder somebody and you plan it in science class, that make at least like, you know, cool chemicals, like make it a cool plan. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding, guys.
They did that in science class. They agreed that they should just kill her. Because you know that's what we all discuss with our friends
in class.
In class. Now, do you see why this
on a Monday?
Me?
Yeah.
It's the fact, what 16-year-old plans premeditated murder in science class? Like, that's what scares me, is you're 16 years old and your plot, like, wait, we're going to go into more details on
I'm going to say young school shooters, they plan that stuff, I'm sure, all day, every day.
it's
It's sick.
scary.
Yeah, it's
That's
sickening.
what scares me is the fact that their brain has not even completely developed. They just
Yeah.
got their driver's license, and you're plotting to kill your best friend.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that scares me. So they planned to carry this act out before Rachel went to camp. Remember, she went to Catholic
Church
camp.
camp? They were going to murder
Catholic
her
camp.
before she went to church camp. Oh, God.
Yes. So on the night of the day, Rachel grabbed a shovel from her dad's house, and Sheila grabbed two knives out of her mother's kitchen. I don't know if the
Wow.
knives were reused, Mom. Don't ask me that. Like, I don't know if she returned them and like they
They
were reused.
said they
But
stabbed her.
yes, they said they stabbed her,
So
and
on
Sheila took
Kimberly,
two knives
the knives were used.
from her mom's kitchen. Yeah.
Then she's going to go
So
into asking questions. Well, did they wash it off and put it back? Or,
I wouldn't want to use it after what it's used.
well, her parents
But
don't know that. They got to put it back before her mom
I
realizes it's missing.
Okay, so
Has anybody seen my cheese knife? I can't cut the cheddar.
Oh god, it's so fucked up. But anywho,
I'm sorry, God.
they also took cleaning supplies with them. Like they thoroughly thought this
Yeah.
out. They took
Yeah.
cleaning supplies and they took a change of clothes.
Mm.
They really thoroughly thought this out.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
So they picked Skylar up, to which Skylar just assumed they're going out and having a good time. Like they're being teenagers. They're riding around. They're hitting the back roads. They're being teens, right?
So I gotta say, so there was no drama. I mean, obviously, if she thinks they're gonna go out and have a good time, obviously there was no tension, at least to her, before all this happened.
Well, you think about when you were 16 and you were bickering with your friends, right? You might have like spit or spat or whatever, but in a week you're gonna make up and be friends.
Yeah, but obviously she thought whatever tension was done.
She thought that they were just going and hanging around. I don't know if maybe there was messages exchanged or whatever about Skylar's tweets before, but she thought that they were going to go around and have a good time.
Okay.
That's what she thought. So they drove into Pennsylvania, like near some woods, because West Virginia, that far. So they go across state line. They're
Oof.
going to like a wooded area. Now, Sheila and Rachel both were wearing hoodies. It's July. It's scorching hot here in the South. I don't think Skylar thought anything of it, nor did she think that the reason that they were wearing hoodies is because they're hiding knives in pockets to stab her to death with.
Well, when I was 16, yeah, but when I was 16, I was a little skater punk, and I wear jeans. I hated wearing shorts. I wore hoodies. Like, it's just, we're stupid and don't think about the weather. But they had a different motive.
They had a different motive for it. But, I mean, she didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Again, they're teenagers. Like, she's not thinking any of that. So, once they get near the woods, the vehicle, Rachel and Sheila get behind Skylar, okay? And Rachel said, on 3. And when they said 3, they literally attacked her and started stabbing her. To which Skylar ended up breaking free and took off running, but they caught up to her. We're about to get graphic. They ended up catching her, and they stabbed her in her knee so she could not run.
Oh, no.
And they proceeded to stab her over and over. And Skylar's last breaths, her last word was why.
I mean, we all want to know that, Skylar. I mean,
yeah, she said why. Like, well, I mean, for what? What was the reason for any of it?
I mean, you got to think about how that was so incredibly personal. You, like, literally brutally attacked her. You planned it, and then you brutally attacked her.
A secluded area.
Across state lines.
Across state lines. manipulated her into thinking that everything was fine with your friendship.
Mm. Oh,
When
sweet
people
baby.
stab, this psychology behind it is personal. That's a very personal
You
attack.
are, yeah, and you just, with every, you're just letting out anger. Why did you have, I want to know what happened that caused so much hate that you wanted to do this to somebody.
Well, authorities asked Rachel, "Why would you kill her?"
Yeah, Rachel.
Are you ready? Yeah, they asked Rachel, "Why did you kill her?" Are you ready for her response?
Yeah.
We didn't like her.
Oh, because that's valid. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. You little fucking cunt. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't
Whoa!
like somebody, that's fine. Don't be friends with them. It doesn't
Right!
give you a reason to stab somebody. And yes, I get it. She's 16, she's still a minor. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that.
No.
There's no excuse for that. This is literally like mean girl steroids.
Like, I have to explain to my son, and I'm sure most parents of teenagers have to explain that high school is such a, like, speck on your map of life. And, like, as soon as you leave, like, like, we really thought our parents were full of crap. You really don't see these people ever again. I live in the same town I went to school with, or school in, and I barely see people that I go to school, or that I went to school with. I do keep in touch with a very small few, but it's like a here and there type of thing as we see each other or we message each other to check in. But that's it. Like, and these girls just ruined their whole entire lives over a speck of high school.
Well, I read, and I haven't been able to confirm how true this is, but I think it's important to bring this up because I feel like there may be some truth to this. That at a sleepover one night, Skylar woke up to see Rachel and Sheila being intimate with one another.
Okay.
And right, but I don't know if maybe
That's worth.
that's, well, no, it's totally not
Yeah.
worth killing somebody
Well, I
over,
mean, like,
but
you don't
you
think so, but, like, to them, that's worth, like, she knows our
well,
secret.
right.
Like,
Well, there's nothing worth taking. Yeah, but I think part of the problem was obviously if hypothetically Sheila and Rachel did have a romance going on. If they have that attraction, right? And they're
yeah.
spending more time, but they don't want to admit to Skylar, well, we're romantic. We're just going to exclude you from this. They're 16.
Yeah.
They're Skylar was feeling rejected, and instead of just being brutally honest, they brutally killed her
Yeah, that's insane.
because
Like,
they didn't like her.
and all of us have been in there where, like, we're in high school, like, everything was the end of the world. Like, my friend's mad at me, it's the end of the world. Like, my boyfriend broke up
Mm-hmm.
with me, it's the end of the world. Like, but Jesus Christ, I would never. I'm sure there was plenty of people that I argued with I didn't like, but I wasn't gonna go stab them to death.
Well, investigators did more digging. Obviously they have this confession from Rachel. So early January 2013, investigators have Rachel show them where did this happen, because we need to know where her body's at. Like, we need to give her parents closure.
Yeah.
At this time, the whole ground was like covered in snow, so Rachel couldn't really remember exactly where this had happened. So they couldn't find a body initially. 1 week after that, though, authorities found Skylar's body.
Was it
And
around where she took him?
it was close. Apparently, the girls had took the shovel that they had brought. They had attempted to dig up the ground, but they weren't strong enough for that, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that they really thought about that. So they took her and covered her in a bunch of leaves. Yeah, but I mean, it
What?
worked. It worked because people didn't find a body until the police found it. Yeah, they didn't even have enough common courtesy to put her in the ground. I know, it's really sick, isn't it?
The, I mean, the fact that you guys planned out every detail down to changing your clothes once you were done, but you didn't plan, like, what you were going to do with it. Oh, my God. I can't.
Yep. Well, they took a shovel, but apparently they couldn't dig the hole. But, so they found Skylar's body. Sadly, with the amount of time, because this happened in July.
Yeah.
We're in January.
And July
Her body
heat.
is,
Yeah.
her body is absolutely unidentifiable.
That's
So,
sad.
it took Crime Lab a hot minute to identify her. They didn't get a full identification until March 13th.
Oof.
Yes, yeah. So investigators ended up matching blood samples in Sheila's trunk to Skylar's DNA. And I love this because Sheila was arrested on May 1st, 2013 in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel. I love that happened in front of a slew of people because everybody's at the Cracker Barrel. Like,
So, okay. So, she confessed, what'd you say, in January? December? January?
she confessed in December. Rachel confessed in December.
Did they detain Rachel right away?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, this other bitch, and I'm sorry because I know they're minors.
You have to think about it. They have to locate the body. They have the confession, but they have to get more. Even though we have this confession, we have to get more solid evidence to make an arrest.
But they were able to detain Rachel.
Right, because Rachel's confessing and she's took him to where the body's at.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I guess.
I mean, I don't like it either.
This bitch got to roam around till May. Okay.
Well, the good news is she got arrested at the damn Cracker Barrel, and everybody's barrel. Okay, so everybody's seeing this shit go down.
I hope you got to enjoy your freaking chicken and dumplings because it's gonna be jail slop for the rest of your life.
I hate she didn't choke on them. So Sheila was charged with first-degree murder, and she pled guilty in January.
January
Okay.
what? It cut out.
January of 2014.
Okay.
That's when her trial was. She received a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 15 years. I know. Now, Rachel pled guilty to second-degree murder and received a 30-year sentence.
So why did one get first and one got second degree?
I guess they probably were more lenient with Rachel, considering Rachel's
Confess.
a confession.
That makes sense.
Plus, Sheila did drive the vehicle that, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
David Neese, Skylar's father, says that the two girls should have never been given any leniency from the court. And I agree with that. I'm sorry.
I do too.
I get that they were minors, but premeditated murder speaks volume. They thoroughly thought that out, and because they didn't like her. Like, I'm sorry, you don't.
That makes you 10 times more a monster. It being premeditated.
It does.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Rachel and Sheila are both incarcerated within the same prison. Okay,
they get to be best friends in there too.
Yeah, they can be BFFs there too.
Well, I'm sure now. I was gonna say, I'm sure now they have a relationship with each other.
Well, they probably have to survive. Now the only positive thing that really comes out of any of this is Skylar's family ended up getting Skylar's Law passed, which means an Amber Alert has to be issued for a minor the moment you report them missing.
Hell
We're not
yeah.
waiting.
Hell yeah.
But they recognize that Skylar was dead. There's even if they would have issued an Amber Alert, it's not going to bring it back. They recognize that, but they hope that this will, find children quicker.
Yeah.
Save children quicker. There shouldn't have to be a timeline like, okay, we've passed the time limit, now we can issue it. That kids are kids.
I agree.
Their safety is important, but that is the murder of Skylar Neese, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
I know. Do you have questions?
Yeah, I could rustle up a few. Poor babe.
I know. This is Mean Girls. It's Mean Girls 2.0.
like she barely got the. She's still
I know.
baby. Still baby.
Yep. All right, here we go, Ash. Can you hear it?
Yes. Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Yes.
Okay.
Can we talk to you about Skylar Neese? If you want to. Do you hear that? If you want to.
So I want to know, was there any indications at all that they didn't like her? Like,
Yeah. So, was there any indications at all that Rachel and Sheila did not like Skylar?
why does it sound like it says she's fine?
I don't know. Yes, I heard yes.
Yeah, okay.
Did Skylar know that? No. God, that breaks my heart.
It does break my heart.
I heard what a sweet teen.
She was. Side question for you. Did anything come of them crossing state lines and committing the murder?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's not something they
I
can
don't
answer, but like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
curious.
think that anything, even if there would have been something for that, the murder charge itself is going to obviously trump anything else.
So
did
go ahead.
Rachel? Oh, sorry. Did
No, go
Rachel
ahead.
and Sheila have a romantic relationship?
Ooh, good question.
Was that a yes? Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear what it said. I just heard like a mush. So did she get an explanation? Did Skylar get an explanation when she asked why?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Did Skylar get any response? She asked. No.
She probably died. Probably died too quick.
I don't think they would have gave her one even if when she, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care.
Yeah. Were they doing drugs at that party?
Yeah, I don't think that they actually went to a party.
Oh,
Did
okay.
they even go
Was
to
that
a party? No.
Okay. They just went straight to business, I suppose.
They literally took her to kill her.
That's so freaking.
Do you hear that? Yep, that was.
Yep. Did Skylar's parents? How do I want to ask this? Were they relieved once they got closure and found her body?
Yeah, are Skylar's parents relieved once they found her remains? I heard yeah.
I'm curious about their parents, the girls' parents, like Rachel and like, do their parents still keep in contact with them in jail?
Yeah, does Rachel and Sheila's parents still keep in touch with them in prison? I heard no.
Oh, that was a loud one. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. It's pretty cut and dry. It's really. Did they leave behind any like evidence of premeditation?
Yeah, did they leave behind any evidence of premeditation? No.
I wonder what happened to the murder weapons. Did they put the knives back in the kitchen?
Yeah, did they put the knives back in the kitchen? Yes.
No, they did
My
not.
mom. My mom's gonna be so upset.
Because nothing stated that they found the murder weapons. Just the
Well, I
shovel.
guess not, because it was in. Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't think I have any more. Oh, Lord.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, girls. Oh, that was a good one, but so sad.
They said no problem. It is a sad one, and that's child premeditated murder. That's like a whole different level of evil.
Yeah, it's gross. But yeah, we'll see if
Yeah.
they end up with parole. I mean, that happened in 2012. They got sentenced in 14.
Hopefully they don't. They just need to rot in there. They're
Yeah.
probably still doing their Mean Girls bullshit in prison. Like, we don't like her. Maybe we should kill her. Like, I guarantee that's still happening in prison.
Oh, God. They're just being bullies in there.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are. They're being the Mean
Ugh.
Girls that they are. But yeah.
Lord.
All right, Ash, what do they need to do?
They need to find us on most social media platforms. Give us a like and follow. Listen to us on Spotify or find us on YouTube.
All right. Bye, doll babies.
Bye, guys.